react to. I don't know what happened with Ava and Preach. They had a video out yesterday, and then they deleted it, and then now they have a new video out, which is like 13 minutes long, and we go react to it. The last video they deleted, it's on my channel, okay? You know what I did? I I actually titled the deleted video, if anybody wants to go and watch it. So just for context, if you want to watch the video that they deleted, you could go back to my channel and see that video, okay? Because it's uploaded on my channel. They haven't copyright stricken it, which is great, because I think they deleted it. I don't think Ethan did anything to copyright strike them. Maybe he did, I'm not sure, I don't think so. But they didn't copyright strike me, and nobody copyright strike me, so, you know, I mean, the video isn't that big to get copyright stricken either way. So, but even if it was, I don't think they would do it. So that's pretty cool. Cause they deleted it. Like, they obviously don't want the video to be out there. Anyways, let's just go. Let's just react to this shit, okay? It's
the dumb.
Again, just for context, you could watch the last video. This is Ava and Pritch, and they're saying, it says imperfect allies or enemies. Ava and Pritch are right-wing bigots. H3H3. Again, this is a video that is uploaded after the last video. So yeah, that's all. Let's get to it, bitch.
Because I feel like with everything that's happening, and a lot of the dumb conversations that are happening, I thought there was one thing that was really interesting to me.
What?
During that live stream that they did, one thing that they said that
who's they?
Ethan Klein and his wife.
Oh, okay.
Called, what's that called that holds oranges? Oranges. Hold on, oranges. Thing holding them. No, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. What was that? You know what? Forget it. I was gonna say Ava's fucking t-shirt or whatever, his shirt, not t-shirt, his shirt looks like those things that you hold oranges in. What was they called? I forgot what they were called. Anyways, back to the fucking video. Damn.
Yeah, cool. Whatever.
They said something. They said, "Oh, look at these centrists," and they went air quotes.
They're centrists, you know?
Yeah, and we know what that means.
Kind of. Like I said, I don't know enough about them.
Right? Which is essentially like their way of being like, we know what that means. So that's what they said, right? Which is their way of saying like, we're like alt-right, right-wingers.
It's not salt. No, I think it means that we're centrists are viewed like people that are not solid and not flip-flop.
That's not how they meant it.
No?
When they say centrist like this with air quotes,
yeah, that's what you're saying.
They're trying to say they're not actually centrist. They're saying we're right.
We're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I just noticed this. The irony of all this whole thing is that politically speaking, if we're being like just straight, we have way more in common with these two people than we would with anyone on the right. Right? If you were to ask us on all our policies, you'd be like, yo, we're for socialized healthcare. Yeah. I'll speak for me. Socialized healthcare. Yeah. I'm for taxation for social programs. Yeah. I'm for unions. I'm for strong labor laws. I'm for immigration that allows people to come in reasonably. You know, so on a lot of the major core, I'm for public.
Reasonably, what that mean?
Public funding for education that's very strong.
Hey, everybody that kept saying like, stop, suck my dick, bro. In fact, you know what? Everybody that was saying, hey, you need to stop pausing the video. Pause master. All you motherfuckers. I'm not even going to speak. I'm just going to fucking pause it and I'm just going to say nothing. Just to piss you bitch ass. Just to piss y'all off. Pausing. I'm just going to pause in the middle of the video and I ain't even going to say nothing. Just to piss you fucking off.
I believe in a lot of socialization for society to be cohesive. You may disagree, that's okay. We don't come to this channel to all agree on one thing. But this is something I've noticed since my early 20s.
Talking about pause master.
You can be left-leaning in all the most important categories. And these people be like, oh my God, cultural war. It's all the people ever talk about. Why is this obsession with culture war?
You mad? You mad? I just posted again. You mad, bro?
But then if you say one thing like, yo, I don't think trans women should be in women's sports. Yo, look at this right-wing conservative bigot. Hold on, what?
The minute you go on one thing, it doesn't have to be on that topic specifically, but if you go on one thing, no matter what the thing is.
Yeah. When they say stuff like that, do you realize that most of the
Stay mad, bitch.
people who are black who voted Democrat align with exactly what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they also all right-wing operatives? Oh, well, you know what? Me personally, I think there's some ways in which feminism has worked against women's interests. You right-wing bro, did I ever say that I wasn't pro-choice? Did I ever say, like, on the important stuff? But we can't just disagree. And I noticed that, I mean, this could be true for everyone, but I noticed as someone who leads left, people look at you, it's not that you're an imperfect ally. You're just an enemy. The moment you
Lean left, how?
disagree, you're not like an ally
Yep. Posing in. Fuck you.
who I disagree with. You're not like this person on the same team who we just have a different vision to some degree. You're an enemy immediately.
Yeah, you're gonna be in that whole ass box. There's no nuance. It's funny how, like, I counted, all right, the other day I was looking at my cell phone, and there are
Bro, you need
more
to-
than 10 applications on my phones that are meant for communication.
Okay, go.
Over 10. That's without the text messaging and the phone calls, which that's what a phone is meant for.
Yeah.
And we have all this technology to communicate, but we don't listen. We don't have we don't have nuance.
Pause. Yep. Oh, stay mad.
Or nothing. It's like nuance is the enemy of my cause. And the minute you go against what I do or what, death to you all. And you're on the other side. And we can't just be like,
Yeah, because you can't be a fucking entertainer and a content creator if you're not radical and shocking. Okay, they built a fan base off of being very radical, and everything that they say is. I mean, just go to the comments of the last video and you'd see the shit that you'd see how radical, how kind of almost liberal, reactionary. You'd almost say, like, they just have like a fucking outrage. It's outrage culture. It's everything is outrage culture, and that's their fan base. So like they will 100%. They'll be quick to cancel somebody. They'll be quick to call out somebody. They'll be very quick to just more of Ethan than Hassan, I think. But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. That's the culture. It's called content creation. You can't be rational when you're also trying to be entertaining and not boring.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
You can't even question, and that's crazy, because as I was growing up, me being able to learn shit or be able to grow was me being able to question stuff. I remember when I was in school, they used to tell me, "Oh, there's no stupid questions." And then at some point, the more you grow, the more they assume that you're supposed to be like everybody else, right? Everybody wants to. Those same people are saying they're saying, don't be afraid to be yourself. But then if you're someone else, or you just have a question not like them, they fucking dish you out.
Yeah.
They're the same people that do that, and that's just a bit crazy to me. You cannot question. You cannot have nuance. I'm not saying that you're going to be canceled. I'm not going to that side. It's just that they are going to put you on the side of the enemy right away, and that's not really what happens. You might have some questions, and the funny thing is, what I remember, I'm not saying that's exactly what you do, but is that in that direction, the people that I thought that do not have a say in whatever they want to say are people that are under a dictatorship. And you dictate where the group goes and nobody else.
Yeah, bro. They're fucking communists. Nah, I'm joking.
Question. It leans into the same way. I'm not saying that's what
you're communism, bro.
Inherently doing, and you're exactly that, and you're a tyrant. And I'm not saying that you're any kind of tyrant like anyone that we had in history.
Remember Bernie Sanders when he was on the campaign trail? He was doing this rally, and then these two black women came on and stole the mic, and he sat there in the corner cucked, and everybody knew that shit was wrong, but nobody said no shit. Why? Because they took over and they co-opted the direction of this thing. Even Bernie, on his own campaign trail, had his mic and his time swollen, and pretty much, I think for me, this really solidified how I viewed him. For
Yeah, and the
because
crazy,
I'm like, bro, you ain't got no fucking spine. How you gonna lead a country? You get cucked by 2 random cities.
you ain't got security.
Yo, that shit was weird.
And the thing that happened is that out of all the people that you could have cut off, you chose Bernie?
Because he's an imperfect ally. Nope, he's an enemy. Again, because he didn't perfectly align with what these sisters thought a political party should do, he was the enemy. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of. And so, to be fair to everyone else, we probably play a large part in that because we criticize this or we criticize that. And sometimes I think we even criticize things I see on the left a lot more. But that's just because that's what I belong to and that's what I'm around way more often. And in my personal life and my lived experience, that's what affects my day-to-day life. I live in a very liberal city. So when I have issues with certain governmental policies or the way that things are ran, it's generally with left-leaning people. It's not right-wing folks who are fucking up my life on a day-to-day basis. So that's how I play it on a media standpoint, you know? I gotta own my own part in that shit. But yeah, it just peeves me. It peeves me that someone could just look at you as like, oh, you're not part of us. It's like, who do you get to decide?
Yeah.
My values say otherwise. Yeah. The things I vote for and the things I believe in say.
I don't know what's going on. I don't understand this because for the most part, they're not really saying like you don't belong here. They're just disagreeing with you. They might be doing it in a very vile way. But yeah, like, I think for the most part, they're just disagreeing, you know, and they do have radical views, and they're very quick to label you something, you know. But that's just how their fan base is as well, you know, so it kind of pushes them to be that way as well, because they already have that fan base for the most part.
Say otherwise. The kind of stuff I donate to, the kind of programs I'm involved in, say otherwise.
Absolutely.
Why does your fucking non-important issue of trans women sports get to dictate what virtues belong to the left or not? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I get you.
So it's just like, and you know what the craziest part about this whole thing is? People think that just because I say I don't think trans women shouldn't be in women's sports, that I'm somehow like anti-trans. Yo, whatever pronouns they want, give it to them. Whatever Medicaid or like trans affirming care they need, give it to them. That's fine. I got no issue with it. And that is already more progressive than the vast majority of the population when it comes to the trans issues, right?
Definitely.
But because I'm not on board with the trans women in sports, or I'm not on board with the whole idea that if you're not open to dating trans people, you're transphobic, then I'm already not an ally or whatever. I'm the enemy.
Everybody.
I'm okay with not being an ally.
What?
Board with the whole idea that if you're not open to dating trans people, you're transphobic, then I'm already.
See, you should have not put that shit in there, but yeah. It's true. What they're saying is obviously true. I don't know why they give a fuck, honestly. I couldn't care less. About the trans shit, I don't care, okay? I really don't care. And I also understand that, like, trans women competing in sports is the least of trans people's problems. You know, but it is a bit fucked up to just say I'm a woman and just, like, dominate sport. Yeah, it's a bit fucked up, sure. And there should be more regulation, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Okay, who cares about women's sports? Like, let's be honest. And for the most part, who cares about trans people being in women's sports? But what they're doing is fair enough, though. It's, you know, I mean, listen. I don't give a fuck enough, but hey, I appreciate that they do.
Already not an ally or whatever. I'm the enemy.
Everybody.
I'm okay with not being an ally, but do I have to be an enemy? It just seems like it's very extreme rhetoric and ineffective for diplomacy.
Everybody that are saying and that are for that are oftentimes people that do not. It does not affect them. It does not affect them, or they've never been in that environment. You've never been in that environment, so you won't know. But whatever, it is what it is. You can't go about life like that, you know. And whenever we pinpoint some things that could be better.
This is not life, bro. It's fucking YouTube. Jesus Christ. I don't think they're obviously not dumb, so they 100% understand that there is, like, if you actually sit with these people and have actual conversations, obviously you're going to agree more than disagree for obvious reasons. You're going to have disagreements. But disagreements and all these things, anything that you say is glorified by like 10,000, you know, people who are commentating on your conversations or your beef. So it's the fucking internet, bro. It's not real life. Like, I don't know.
It doesn't mean that we inherently hate the things or we hate that group or anything like that. You know, it's to do better. In my relationship, if every time my girlfriend was saying something about how I do things and be like, well, you don't love me anymore, like a little. No, she wants me to do better, so I do better. Do this, do that. Hey, it would be better if you do this. And I do the same thing. Hey, you know what? You did that. You dropped the ball on that. Whatever, let's do better, right? It's not because I hate her. It's not because she hates me. That's how we grow. That's how I'm able to do better. If I look at my parents and we have conversations, same thing. They say some wild shit, I catch them. If I say some wild shit, they catch me. Same thing in my surroundings. Same thing in my friends. I wouldn't want anybody in my friends that I go on some wild shit and they don't catch me. Hey, yo, bro, that shit you did the other day, that's kind of wild. Accountability. Doesn't mean I hate the person. Doesn't mean the person hates me. But that's how we're able to grow.
Also, it helps. What you said about growth is true. Like, when you guys silence this kind of dissidence and you just call it transphobia, you don't actually strengthen your arguments.
Nah.
Like, a lot of the people who are doing this advocacy for, like, trans women in sports either bring up faulty studies or things that have been debunked by other studies and most of the majority of the science and most of the governing bodies. So it's like, you're not even doing a service to your own cause. You're demanding and bludgeoning people over the head with guilt to follow what you believe. But you haven't actually taken the time to assess the criticism and be like, hey, if this criticism is here, how do I debunk it? And if you came to me with better arguments, I'd be open to it. But the truth is, even amongst left-leaning people and Democrats, a lot of them are actually against the trans women in sports, and it's because you haven't made compelling arguments. So that's your job. If you really believe in your cause, it shouldn't be to demand everyone change their mind.
True. When you can't make good arguments. Oh, I paused it again. Fuck you, bitch. I'm not actually talking to him. It's not like I'm interrupting. Anyways, when you don't have good arguments, you tend to hide by making or by labeling somebody. It's like when you're a kid, you know, and you're like having a little roast battle, and you're talking shit to your friend, and he's talking shit back, and you just like have nothing else to say about him, so you keep saying the same things, like, oh yeah, your mom's a whore, like, you know, you keep saying the same things because you don't have any other shit. Like, he's roasting you so bad, and you don't have any other fucking insults to throw at him, so you're saying the same thing over and over again. That's what they're doing, okay? They don't have arguments for the most part. Their only argument realistically is, well, trans women should get treated better or whatever, right? That's it, which is true. We all agree with that. But should it be to the point where it's like, this doesn't make any sense? And should it be to the point where you can't even say that? No, you know. You should have conversations, but they don't even want to have conversations about these things because they don't have arguments. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they keep saying, you're transphobic, you're this, you're racist. That's it. When you don't have arguments, you hide behind calling somebody the same thing over and over again. Because that's a better argument than you could ever make.
It'd be on you to make ironclad arguments.
Well, you got a translucent fucking shirt on.
Huh?
Well, you got a translucent shirt on.
Is this translucent?
Yeah, it is.
It's translucent. It's just got holes. That's not translucent.
That's translucent.
That's not translucent.
That's translucent.
No, that's not what translucent means.
That's
you
translucent.
see fishnets and think that's
Translucent is like a trans person would wear it? Would wear that shirt?
translucent?
Yeah, that's translucent.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Why you got a lace shirt on?
Not lace shirt.
That's lace.
It's not lace.
That's lace.
It's not lace.
You got lace
You know what
on.
lace is.
You got lingerie on. You got a lingerie shirt on.
Yo, bro, your shirt is see-through.
I didn't say see-through. Translucent and transparent, two different things.
Okay, what's translucent?
Translucent is that light goes through it. Transparent is that you see through it.
You sure?
This is like that gender sex fucking thing that Ethan was doing last video.
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, let's pull up the phone. I'm ready to fact check this shit because I'm not gonna lie, that shit sounded kind of solid.
Anyways, it's good that they don't want to beef. I think they don't want to beef. I don't know. It's good that they're not being petty. I would have been petty. It's good that they're not being petty. for the most part, again, if you have conversations, listen, disagreements should not be the end of it all. Like, just disagree, have conversations, and get to like a middle ground, you know, instead of like shouting at each other or just calling each other names like kids. Of course, like content, being a content creator and being an entertainer plays a role, because if you go through everything in every relationship smoothly and you're just talking to everybody nice, sometimes you gotta talk shit, sometimes you gotta be loud, sometimes you gotta be entertaining, and that's kind of what it is, I think, for them. And I think their fan base is also very radical, and you know, they're also kind of just crazy a little bit, to the point where they don't care about other ideas. Like, that's what you develop. That doesn't necessarily mean that's who you are, right? Like, if your fan base is just full of racist people, for example, doesn't mean you could be racist, but it means some of the ideologies that you have and some of the things that you say might be racist, and that's why you have a racist viewers or a racist viewer base. It's the same thing here, you know, because some of the things are that they say are so extremely radical, you would have extremely radical people following you because they agree with these radical points. At the end of the day, bruh, you're all a bunch of bitches. Bye.